Every day, at least once, I like to say, thanks, Plankton, because what I'm doing is I'm giving recognition of the role that plankton plays in my life. Let's think about this for a minute. There's lots of different types of plankton. There's the zooplankton, which are little tiny animals, and then there's the phytoplankton, which are tiny little plants. There's millions and billions of them. They drift around in the ocean, and because they are plants, they do some really interesting things. One thing that the plankton do is that they produce oxygen, and over half of the oxygen in the air that we breathe comes from the phytoplankton, the tiny little plants that float in the ocean. Now, if you don't think that's important, try this phytoplankton experiment for a second, okay? I want you on the count of 5 to hold your breath and don't let it go until I tell you to. Okay, so on the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold your breath. Hold your breath. Hold it. Okay, listen to me. Hold your breath. Okay. If you don't want to recognize the phytoplankton, then you're going to have to hold your breath for 12 hours. Okay, 12 hours every day. That's how long you have to hold your breath if there is no phytoplankton left on the planet. Think of it another way. It's like skipping every second breath. Okay? All right, you can breathe in now. All right. My point being that the phytoplankton provide an extremely important role for us humans. Not only do they produce the oxygen, they also sequester carbon out of the atmosphere that helps to stabilize the climate. And because they are the little plants, they're like the grass in the ocean. Everything sort of eats from them. They feed our seafood. Every time you have a calamari or a nice bit of mackerel, think about the plankton's role in providing that food for you. And the other thing they do is they produce this molecule called dimethyl sulfide, and that helps to create clouds. And so the plankton actually help to keep the planet cool by reflecting the sunlight away and providing the rain that creates the rest of our food in the crops and the agriculture. So this is why we should say thanks, plankton. And it's also why we should take particular notice of the fact that in the last 50 years, we have lost 40% of the plankton from the ocean because we have heated the planet up with too much CO2 gas, and now the ocean is too hot, and that CO2 gas has also gone into the ocean to become carbonic acid, so we have ocean acidification. And the takeaway message from this is that if we humans want to live on this planet, we need to learn plankton humility very, very quickly and start behaving as though the rest of the planet actually mattered the way it really does.